welcome back to my channel. It's Momna from Momna's Life, and my setting's a little different today. I'm just using my husband's podcast setup because he also is on YouTube, so that's another story for another time. Today's video is gonna be about my experience not having health insurance during pregnancy. And I know that sounds insane, so let me just go ahead and deep dive into why that is, how it ended up this way, and is it doable. And if you're stressed out and are going through something similar, I'm just here to bring like an ease of mind to the process in a sense. Now, this definitely is a video for somebody who is a low risk pregnancy. You don't need any additional testing and like all of those things that come in most pregnancies, unless you're again low risk like myself. I wrote down a few notes that I'm just going to cover because, I might talk a lot sometimes and then I forget to make exact points. So the first thing I would like to say is, how did I get in this situation, and would I be in this situation if it was in my control? Well, obviously, no, I would prefer to have insurance, because if you have the right insurance, one, you might get everything covered, or two, at least most of it is covered. And like especially blood work, because blood work, guys, that's like where things get really messy, I think, with not having insurance. I definitely want to say, as far as the situation, I did have health insurance at some point, but I got kicked off because I was under my father's insurance, which is a whole story as to why I was taken off. But once I was taken off, by the time I found out, the filing period with my company that I work for right now, it was already passed, and I didn't have enough time. They gave you like a grace period to apply for insurance. Like, I think if you find out within 30 days that your insurance was cut off, you might still be eligible to get coverage with your company. But I found out a little bit after that. It's either 30 days or 3 months. I don't remember the exact time frame. But basically I had no insurance because of that. And then my husband and I, we decided we wanted to have a baby. And then we kind of jumped into it and like didn't I thought I should have been able to get insurance once I became pregnant, because supposedly like a life event would allow you to get health insurance. But it turns out that becoming pregnant does not mean it's a life event. The life event occurs once you have given birth. So if you're somebody like me that thought being pregnant made it seem like it was a life event, it is not. They want you to have given birth and then you're eligible for that life event. So yes, because of that, I didn't have insurance, and I was already pregnant, and we had to go with the flow. And I was really stressed out at first, and I thought that I would like be in medical debt and this is going to cost like insane amount of money. But to my surprise, there's ways around not having to pay an arm and a leg for your appointments. And again, I'm talking with my experience being low risk and not too many medical issues as far as my pregnancy is going. I am almost 7 months pregnant now, and I've not had insurance through this entire experience. However, I did apply for insurance, and I will have the insurance before I give birth. So, as far as the birth itself, I won't be paying the insane amount, because I'm sure you guys have seen how much birth costs. Like, it's like 13, 20, 30 grand. And obviously you don't want to take on that much health debt unless you're like a millionaire or making like crazy amount of money and it doesn't affect you. But obviously I don't make that kind of money. But okay, so now let's get into the cost of how much I've been having to pay per appointment. And the thing is, when you don't have insurance, I feel that the hospitals, I haven't gone to a hospital, but the clinics that you decide to go to, if you let them know you don't have insurance, some of them might not want you as a client, so just keep that in mind. But the ones that will take you as a client, you can request something. It's called a sliding fee. You just have to prove your income, how many dependents you have in your family, and then they will give you a sliding fee, and they will charge you a little bit less in some cases. One clinic, I just asked them if I could get a discount because I don't have insurance, which is the birthing center that I'm currently working with, and they also said because I don't have insurance, they will cover a portion of it for me, and they gave me a very good discount. So to get to the point, the price for the first place I was going to was $120 per appointment, but after requesting the sliding fee, which this clinic gave me a really hard time to get a sliding fee, but eventually I have a friend there and then she worked it out for us and then helped us get the sliding fee added to our appointments. But now each appointment was $60. So I was paying $60 per appointment. Me and my husband split the bill. So it was like $30 per appointment per me and husband. And so that was very inexpensive. The only thing is they do blood work. And when they do blood work and you don't have insurance, even if you have a sliding fee, make sure, and I made this mistake, is make sure in the beginning you just tell them like, look, remember, I don't have insurance. Can you tell me exactly how much this blood work is going to cost? What other options do I have? Is this a 100% required test that I need to take for the pregnancy, or is it an optional test that I need to take? And I'm telling you, these clinics are going to try to get you to do stuff, and then if you look it up, a lot of these tests are optional, so definitely do your own research. Live and learn. So I live and learn, and I'm going through some situation right now with the blood work process. But anyway, the blood work can cost up to $300 or a little less. Just make sure, like I said, don't test for things that you don't need to get tested, and you should be fine. Because working with another clinic, I disclosed to them, again, I don't have insurance, how much it's going to cost, which test is required, and they were like, oops, we're about to just do a test that actually costs a lot more than needed, and it's actually not a requirement to take. So then they took off that test for me. But so that was the first clinic. The first clinic, that's how much the blood work was. That's how much each appointment was. I decided to end the relationship with that first clinic. They were not very nice people, and they didn't care for their patients. So anyway, I'm working with the birthing center now, and the birthing center initial appointment was $200, and they were able to reduce it at first. No, it was $200 per appointment for first appointment. Going forward, every appointment was $100. After requesting the discount, they spoke to the owner, and then the owner agreed that I could pay $70 per appointment until, when my due date is there, and then I get my insurance and coverage. So now I'm paying $70 per appointment, which is divided by 2, me and my husband, $35 per appointment, which is not that bad. And I've only visited for my pregnancy probably every 4 weeks in the beginning, and now since I'm getting closer to the end of the pregnancy, it has been about now starting every 2 weeks. So even so I did the math, it's gonna be like $140 a month divided by 2, which is again not bad, considering when I went into the open market to look for insurance, guys, that's a story for another time, but it is insane what these insurance companies are charging monthly if you don't get insurance through your company. And then the premiums are insane, and then the deductibles, I didn't even know what that was. I deep dive into the insurance world of America, and it's insanely expensive. But overall, not as expensive as I thought it was going to be. I was like, oh my god, I don't have insurance. It's better to pay the insurance. You never know how much the tests are going to cost. You just got to talk to them about the pricing, and it's actually not going to be that expensive, which has been my experience so far. My expectation was I was going to be spending thousands of dollars, and that wasn't the case. And the clinic I'm working with now, very kind, very open about the pricing, and they look into it for you, and you don't have to do anything that isn't required. Blood work is the problem though, because with blood work the cost can be very high. I just did 2 blood works the other day. 2 of them is $80 together, which is not that bad, and then one additional one, which is going to be around $40 or $50. I'm not too sure yet. I could update you guys with that, but still, it's cheaper with not having insurance than having gone on the open market and got insurance, because the open market, they were charging me almost $300 premium, which is for the monthly payment to have insurance, and then the deductible that I had to reach was $6,000, and I have not spent anywhere near $6,000. So I would have had the insurance, paid the premium, and had to pay for the full appointments without meeting the deductible until my due date. So really glad that I decided not to get insurance until now, and then again I'll be covered for the actual birth once once that insurance kicks in. So overall, if you've been stressing about, let's say, not having insurance and the premiums on the open market being insanely expensive, and also just like meeting those crazy high deductibles through the open market, in my honest opinion, I'm so glad I never got the insurance through the open market. And it's almost like a sales job. Like after like trying to get insurance, like you get calls from these insurance companies and they're like, hey, do you want insurance? Your deductibles this. They're trying to sell you healthcare, and it's like healthcare should not cost an arm and a leg just to have your basic needs. And I could rant about this forever, but again, I'm very happy with my choice. We didn't pay too much, and then again, we will have coverage. I'm not saying don't have insurance through the whole pregnancy. Like make sure before your child is coming out, you set up insurance, because again, you don't want to get hit with, I think like if you don't have insurance, they can't overcharge you obviously, because you're gonna get really itemized bills. But I don't think you'd pay any less than $10,000 to actually push the baby and use the facilities and everything. So yes, hopefully that video was helpful. I kind of went on a rant because I've had the craziest experience during my pregnancy now with like medical facilities, receptions, the insurance companies. I've just had so much built up stress from dealing with all of this that I ranted a little bit more than I intended to in the video, but hopefully I answered some of your concerns as far as cost being high. If I had to do the math though for you guys to see how much exactly I spent so far, give me 1 minute. I'm gonna do the math. So I went to like 3 appointments, which was $60 times, so that was 3, that's $180. And I've been to like three birthing center appointments, which was $70, so that's times that plus 180. So the appointments itself so far costed $390, plus we did an anatomy test to see the baby and make sure she had all her limbs and everything. That costed $300. So 300, so that's $690 for the anatomy test, for the checkups, for the heartbeat checkups, and just checking up on my baby and everything. $690. Let me see if there's any other charges. Oh yes, the blood work. So recently I got a bill from blood work, which was like $350, but I'm trying to get it reduced to $140. But let's say I can't get it reduced, I'm gonna add the $349. And then the new blood work that's coming up, hopefully I might get the bill at the end of this month. So I'm assuming that bill is gonna be about, I'm gonna say $120. It's just a higher estimate than what it probably is gonna be. So plus 120. So, and I'm 7 months pregnant. So up until this point, I've spent about $1,153. And then again, my husband is splitting everything with me. Divide that by 2 and say your partner is there too and is helping you split things. We've only spent together $579.50. And it is just a few weeks before I'm going to be giving birth. So we can just assume I'm going to spend a little bit more. So say total cost is probably just going to be about $2,500 before I give birth, which is not bad considering I would have had to pay a premium and meet a deductible, which I would have never met because we're nowhere near close $6,000 yet. So yes, hopefully today's video was helpful. If I missed any points and you guys have any questions that I just ranted on and didn't answer, feel free to leave a comment down below. I can think of any other tips I might have, and then also in the future, since I'm still going to be uninsured for a few months. So yes, if you like today's video and I'd like to see more videos like this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to always keep up to date with my videos, and if you want, turn your bell on so that way you're always notified when I do post a new video. Thanks for watching. Bye.